Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to my channel. This is another process video for Confessions of the Paper Addict Cut File Shop, where I am going to use two different layouts. Or two different cut files. This one and then the bubbles from that one. So I am going to use the ship and the bubbles. Now, while you're watching me do up the colors, the three colors that I pulled from the Lindy's Stamp Gang or Lindy's Gang is called South Shore Sands. That is for the boat portion of it. This here is a silver color of where I'm gonna do like where the flags are gonna go. Flags, I guess, or like where the fabric goes. You'll see like when I use it as a cut file, like the fabric or something. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but it's like I can't even think of it. But you know what I'm saying on the boat. It's the Silver Night or Silent Night Silver, and then the bubbles that you'll see me do for colors is Ocean Breeze Blue. Those are the three Lindy's Gang that I am using. Now I will tell you as an FYI, half of this I am scrapbooking with friends, so I may lift it up and show them every once in a while just so that you can kind of see. Now I am doing this on my Cricut mat. It keeps everything flat, so when it dries flat, and then when you take it off, you don't have that bubble curling type effect that maybe you would get from others. Now these little bubbles are from the other cut file I'm using. Now as you're seeing me get out the colors, I am going to look up on the Etsy shop what the names are called, because I cannot remember for the life of me what in the world they are called. So let me look here while we are going through it. Now, this color, I am doing it on close to my heart. It is discontinued as of right now. They are looking at giving us possibly a newer or a new style of watercolor paper. So this is a 12 by 12 watercolor paper without gesso. Now, if I would have used gesso on there, which I was thinking of it, the color tones probably would be a little bit different, but it's okay because all of these bubbles that you see, now I placed them and cut them, as you can see here, kind of where I wanted them to be. So I had an idea of where I wanted the bubbles to go and how they were going to go. So I just cut it that way, and it makes it easier. Now, I don't use the white piece of this as, what am I thinking of? As like a template. I have a pretty good idea of how this looks. And the bubbles do change just a tad bit of where they're at, but nothing too bad. I still think of the way I did it, it worked out perfect. I do love how this turned out. Now, I am coloring right here, and then you will see that the bolt will come in backed already, and most of the bubbles, because they are shaker pockets, I did most of them off camera because this video, and I cut out this piece of that portion of it because this video would have been almost 25 minutes long, and I was like, I'm not going to do that to you guys. So I do leave in where just a little bit of me doing one of these left. And this is, I just do it like any other shaker pocket. I put the acetate on. I did my little trick because that's the reason why that is out. My pewter color just so that I can put it down. And now I'm going to town. Ooh, excuse me, so sorry. I am going to put this on white cardstock because I think that works perfect. Now, off camera, I do some doodling around the edges just to add a little bit more. So you will see that in the still shots coming up. And then I do a bunch of, I think it's the sequence, yeah, because you know how the sequence takes quite a bit to put down with the glue and all that. So in the still shots, you will see all of the extra sequence that I put down. I do leave that portion off as well, just to keep this down just a little bit, because this one, believe it or not, while I am filming this, so I am actually doing my voiceover the night before this goes live, and I had to go back to school. Now, the students aren't back. We have to close out our schools. We have to look at the records, make sure the records look good, help the counselors out, all of this stuff with our group. We have to do our intervention summaries with our counterparts. So all of that is what that we have to go back to school for. Well, when we first got the email stated that we were only supposed to go in for 3 days. Well, when I went in for the second to the last day of school, per se, so we all thought, we actually have to come back and do 2 weeks worth of schooling. Now, I don't mind it if I have things to do. However, because I am in my first year of teaching my own class, I don't have as much junk, if you want to call it, to do, much stuff to do, because ultimately I did that on the very last day of us going to school. Now, I cleaned up my classroom. I pretty much took everything off the walls already because I acted like we were not coming back because I knew we weren't coming back for at least this school year. Now, I ultimately, I cleaned out all of the kids' cubbies and stuff because we don't have carpet in our classroom. Our classroom is all tile, and we have the most amazing custodial set. And I actually taught, I'll take that back. I actually taught the custodial's son in first grade as a full-time TA assistant. And then this year that I'm coming in as a full-time teacher, he has always came to my room. Like even if he had needed a timeout, like a break from his teacher, he always asked to come see my room. Like he just knows that my room is like his safe haven. And so he would always come. So I have like the most amazing custodial staff ever. And then I just have a little bit more of an in, I guess, because I teach his son, and I do help him with his schoolwork and stuff when he's at my, before school starts, if he's having any problems or any of that sort, for second grade. Well, come to find out, I have him now for third grade, if and when we go back into the classroom, either this fall or this winter. I'm not for sure exactly what's going on, for part of that. So ultimately, we don't have to do what some of the schools have to do. So we just have to make sure that anything that is not on wheels is up on the chairs, or like our teacher desk, or our kidney bean table, the kidney bee table that most of the students call it. And those there are what has to, they just have to put up. So I have a lot of flexible seating that have storage spaces in my classroom. They already told me that they're like, you're not moving classrooms, so I don't have to take things down off my wall because my classroom stays very, very clean. It's been staying very, very clean the whole year. Like how my house is exactly how my classroom is. That is like my home away from home. That's like my other sanctuary. And that sanctuary needs to be cleaned. My students were amazing. They always made sure that my room is cleaned before they left on the bus rides, all of that kind of stuff. So I just had to clean up a little bit of that. And then the rest of my stuff is actually on rollers. So I have a Rascog, and then 4 Michael's drawers that are, 3 of them are mint, and then another one is my workstation that sits by my desk that's in my what am I thinking of? That is in my classroom that stays as my day user one if somebody forgot their laptops or any of that sort. So yeah, I've already been doing it. So I've been pretty much done with everything. I've, done all my uploading and all of that tedious stuff. So I have nothing, I have things to do. I'm helping my teammates because we are a team of 5, and we have really made sure that we help and all of that. So I've been doing all that, but I will tell you this. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm being honest. I've already started doing some of my centers. Like, I've already re-laminated some centers. I'm laminating things. So I'm doing that kind of stuff for next year, if and when and however we're going to get back into the classroom. That'll be all ready. So now that I've went on to a tangent and kind of explained what has been happening in my teacher life these last few days, I'm now just diddle-daddling around with all of my little bits. I'm making it look like my two daughters' photos is in water because she's in her Candyland photo, and it's called her water pool that she has, like her pool. This is one of two or three pools that she has for the summer, and this one's like got the miniature slide. Now this slide has where it's called Candyland, and so that's why you see a lot of flowers and fruits and fruits and things like that. And my title is going to be "You Are My Wish Come True," and I thought that was fitting. The two, I'm still looking while I was chatting. I was trying to find the two ones that I used, and I'm still looking, and I get out these enamel dots. I do splatter as well, but I will link the two cut files down below. Where in the world? Oh man, why can I not find them? They were just released in May. They're bubbles with a seahorse and then the sand boat. So yeah, I'm just placing down some of the wood pieces that you see in there. And like I said, I really, really love how this layout turns out. I do off camera do more of the sequence, so you'll see all of that on there, along with Sail Away cut file is one of them. And where in the world is this other one? I think it's called Seahorse. It's Seahorse and Sail Away. But all of it will be linked down below. Still shots are coming up. Make sure you go check out the Etsy shop. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. I know some of them are starting to open up, so please be safe out there. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.